Obviously, the big problem for you has been to try and bring in a new goalie. You've managed to achieve that. Marek Pinc is going to come in. What can you tell us about him?
Well, he's a smaller guy. He's a 5'9" goalie, but he's played, the majority of his career in the Czech Elite League. Been a top goalie. He's played, 5-6 years ago. He played for the Czech national team, and he's played for them, I think, through juniors as well. So he comes with a very high pedigree. He's 36 years old. He was the goalie of the year in Kazakhstan. I believe they won a championship in Kazakhstan. He started with a new club this year, and things didn't work out with the club. And I think all the imports ended up leaving. So, from kind of Saturday night, I was frantically ringing every contact I knew to try and get us a netminder in because of Tyler's injury. And that's nothing against Brad, but we need another number one. Oh. And being a European, you don't have to go through the visa process and everything else. And it's a short hop, it's a short flight. So he flies in Thursday afternoon. He'll get a practice with us on Friday, and he's straight in on the weekend.
So what do you know about him as a goalie?
Well, I know quite a bit. I mean, Ben O'Connor played against him for a couple of years, and Ben rates him very highly. You don't always take a player's opinion, but it's nice to have that opinion. But more importantly, Daryl played with him in the Czech Elite League there. So Daryl knows him as a person, knows him as a goalie, and he's a pretty calm character. He's an experienced character. He's 36 years old. He's been around. And, beggars can't be choosers at this time of the year. We needed a guy, and we needed him for this weekend. We needed him straight away. And we did as much research as possible in probably the 30 hours that I had to bring a guy in and to make a decision on a guy. And, like I say, he's very experienced, and he's a competitor, and he competes.
It doesn't get much better, though, does it, than the fact your assistant coach knows him well enough. He shared a locker room with him.
Well, when you get these players come through, and I had to make a decision on about 3 or 4 goalies, but a couple probably wouldn't have made it for this weekend, maybe next weekend. So, we had to make a decision, and obviously with Daryl knowing him, and not just from his playing point of view, I can see where he's played and what he's done, and I've had film on him. But, you want to know what kind of character he is and what kind of person is he going to fit into our locker room. And, he ticked them boxes. So, I met with the ownership and Tony, and, within 24 hours, we pretty much had it wrapped up and done. And I'm glad he's coming in.
I suppose that's the big issue, isn't it, at this stage? You've got a well-established group of players here that know the drill, that have the right chemistry, if you like. All of a sudden you throw a new element in there. You're not playing with fire, but you do wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a guy that's been around, and he's experienced. He knows he's going to come in. I've talked to him about the club. I've talked to him about the expectations of the club. I've talked to him about where we are, what the situation is with Tyler right now, and he understands that, and he's going to come in and do a job for us, I'm sure.
What is the latest with Tyler then? What do we know?
I don't know. I do know, but I don't know the full extent. I was told originally it's going to be around a month. Could be more, maybe less. I don't know. I mean, they're working. I mean, we have a great medical staff, Seth. We're lucky here. They really do look after the guys very well, very professionally. He went for a scan yesterday, an MRI yesterday, and but of course he's not in shape. He's not fit. This club can't hang around. We have to make, like any club, you go with, as well as Bradley's played, and Brad's played very, very well. And this isn't an indictment on Brad, but, if we're going to be challenging for trophies, which we are, we have to make sure that we're covered in all areas. And that's why, we jumped all over Marek.